Hello guys, here we are going to discuss about the types of jet streams. First of all, the mid-latitude or polar front jet streams. Actually, the mid-latitude or polar front jet streams are high latitude jet stream. Okay, it is located or situated at an altitude of around 7 to 12 kilometers. That means it's situated between the latitude of 40 to 60 degree. These are the fast moving stream of air that flows from west to east direction. Okay, west to east direction. These mid latitude or polar jet streams are flows from west to east direction around the polar region. They have a more changeable position than subtropical jet streams. It will change position more. Okay. Then what about its speed? The speed that can reach up to 500 kilometers per hour. That means 300 miles per hour. Okay. Then these mid-latitude jet streams or polar jet streams formed above the convergence zone. What do you mean by convergence zone? Yeah, the polar region and subtropical region have two contracting air masses, right? Polar region have polar cold air mass and subtropical region have tropical warm air mass. Okay, these two regions have two different physical properties of air masses or two different contracting air masses. So that it is called convergence of air mass. So the thermal gradient is very steep here. Okay, very high or very steep here. Then these polar jet streams are more strongest during the winter season because at that time the temperature difference between polar regions and the equator is greatest. So that the polar jet stream is so strongest during the winter months. The second type of jet stream is subtropical westerly jet streams. Okay, these are also another high latitude jet streams. These are located at an altitude of around 10 to 16 kilometers. Okay, that means 6 to 10 miles. Then these are located between the latitudes of 30 to 35 degrees in both hemispheres. They can travel north of the subtropical high pressure belt in the upper troposphere. These are moving stream of air that flows from west to east direction. These winds are also fast moving streams of air that flows from west to east direction in the subtropics. These changes direction regularly than polar jet streams. These jet stream can reach the speed up to 400 kilometers per hour. That means 250 miles per hour. Actually, these are produced by the earth rotation. That means Coriolis force. Okay. These flows for the most of the year. Okay. Majority of the year, it can be flow. Then when it is strongest during the summer months. Why? At that time, the different temperature differences or temperature gradient between equator and subtropics is greater. So that at that time it is strongest. It is the picture of polar jet stream and subtropical jet stream. Here polar air, here temperature air, here tropical air. It is the high altitude flow of air. That is, the streams are high altitude. That is, it can be seen in the upper troposphere, between troposphere and stratosphere. Okay. So it is the upper air circulation. The both tropical jet streams and polar jet streams plays important roles in the Earth's weather pattern. Okay, it changes in their strength and position can have significant impacts on weather patterns and climate around the world. That means it affects trade winds, westerlies, easterlies, okay, so on. The third one is tropical easterly jet streams. These are very important. Those who are for us because we are living in a tropical region. These are occurs in the tropics, especially in the Indian subcontinent and African continent. These are relatively weak winds. Okay, these are also this is a lower level jet stream. Before that, we have discussed about high level jet streams. It is a lower level jet stream. This flows from east to west. Okay, these are flows from east to west. Uh, that means east to west. So these are blows from east to west direction. Then these are occur during the summer monsoon season in the Indian subcontinent from actually the months of June to September. It driven by the temperature gradient between two temperature differences, that is warm temperature in the landmass of Indian subcontinent and the cooler Indian Ocean to the south. So the important feature of this tropical easterly jet stream is these are related to or these are associated with or these influence the monsoon rainfall pattern in the region. Then it can also have an impact on formation of tropical cyclones and other weather systems in the Indian Ocean region. Okay. The third type is polar night jet streams. Polar night jet streams are upper level jet. Okay, these are upper level jet. These are the meanders through the upper stratosphere over the poles. These are present in the convergence zone above the subpolar low pressure belt. That means these are present in the convergence zone above the subpolar low pressure belt. These are occurred mainly during the winter season when the nights are very long with the days are short. Fourth one is barrier jet. Barrier jet, it is actually a lower level jet. Okay, before this we have discussed and detailedly discussed about some high level jets. Now we are going to discuss about a lower level jet, that is barrier jet. These are formed just upstream of mountain chains. We know that these are formed where, yeah, upstream of jet streams. These are forms upstream of mountain chains. Okay, with the mountains causing the jet to be oriented parallel to the mountains. Okay, these mountains causing the jet to be oriented parallel to the mountain. Fifth one is valley assist jet stream. Actually, these are also a lower level jet stream. These are very strong and down valley jet stream. These are elevated air current. Okay, these are elevated air currents. Actually, these are flows above the meeting place of valley and its adjacent place. It is a mountain chain. Okay, here is a valley, right? Here is a valley and here is an adjacent plain. Okay, plain and here is valley. Actually, these are flows above the meeting place or intersection or the crossing place or the junction of the valley and the adjacent plain. Okay, here is valley, here is plain. So these are flows actually these position. They can achieve high speed and heights because these are so strong. Next one is coastal low level jet streams. These are very strong and coastal low level jet and coastal parallel winds. Okay, here we know that these are produced by this is land surface and here it is ocean. Okay, we know that during that time here it is high temperature. Okay, the land gets heated faster than the ocean. So it is low temperature here. So here it is high temperature over the land. So the pressure will be low, and here is low temperature. So the pressure will be high, right? Right? Okay. So these differences or these coastal lowlands are produced by the low level gist. They are closely tied to a sharp contrast between high temperature over the land and the lower temperature over the sea. These are associated with the thermal loss over the land and high pressure system in the ocean. Then the final one is African easterly jet stream. We have discussed about low level jet stream and also high level jet stream. Okay. Here we are going to discuss about a mid-level jet stream. These are African easterly jet streams. These are occurred above the West Africa, occurs during the summer season in the northern hemisphere between 10° north and 20° north latitudes. These are nighttime low-level jet streams in the Great Plains of East and South Africa. Hope you are understand the different types of jet streams, and thanks for watching.